night. Are you ready?
Are you ready for the podcast? Whole lot we gon' broadcast. Dropping gems, these are all facts. Shooting flicks like Men in Black. Are you ready for the podcases? Hitting every spot, Dalmatian. Taking off like a spaceship. Podcast is not basic. 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 Let's go. Podcast is not basic.
My brother, how you doing, man?
Hey, happy Sunday, bro. What's up with you?
What's going on, man? Chilling, man. Welcome to Podcast episode number 21.
Cuffing season.
Yo, man, you got your boy, the originators of Opinionated Facts here. You got your boy Fifth.
Your boy CY.
Happy Sunday, my brother. How you doing?
What's up, man?
I'm chilling, dog. I'm chilling, man. You know, it's a pleasure to be here, man.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man. So what's up? I see. Oh, you got Miss Whitney Houston, Mr. Whitney Houston up there, man.
Greatest love of all. Hey, we sung. We in second grade. We sung "I Believe the Children Are Our Future."
Oh, really? You sung that shit? What part did you sing?
Yeah.
What part did you sing?
We all sung it together, brother. I didn't have a dedicated part. I'm an athlete. I'm not a musician.
And you was in chorus?
Yeah, no. This was like, just second grade class or whatever.
Really? So you said it's like doing a PTA meeting or something, or like what? What was it?
It was like parents was there, yeah. I believe the children are our future.
Yeah, go ahead. I got you.
Well, the last will lead the way.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Whitney. Yo. Hey, man. Whitney be blowing. I'm not gonna tell you my favorite Whitney song.
I bet you do.
I don't feel like being judged. I'm not gonna tell you my favorite Whitney song, man. But Whitney got some hits, yo.
She do have some hits. I always like Whitney Houston, man. But not taking anything from Whitney, but who's pretty much my favorite like female singer?
Who's that?
I mean, outside of Aretha Franklin, of course, but Anita Baker. I love Anita Baker, man. Baker, man. Yeah, I always had something for her. She just is a very beautiful black woman to me. I don't know even when I was a kid, I always thought it was something about Miss Anita Baker that just drove me like, okay, she's nice looking. You know what I'm saying? Like
Anita Baker.
Anita Baker, baby. And when she used to sing that, she used to rock like that and stuff. And I'm like, I just
do it again.
I didn't realize I was doing that. I just pictured me and Miss Anita Baker, the Slow Dragon.
Yo, hey, bro, Slow Dragon was a big deal back in the day. You remember that?
Let me tell you something.
Do they still do that? You used to have to go ask a chick like, yo, you want a slow drag?
I didn't know what Slow Dragon was, right? So I knew what it was. I saw it in movies. But I went to a party, my seventh grade party. It's funny you brought this up. I went to my seventh grade party. So Keith Sweat's song came on, right?
Which one? Because seventh grade, Keith Sweat was rocking.
No, it was a bullshit song. It was a slow song. But here's the problem, right? So I asked this girl named Felicia to dance with me. I never forget this. So I wanted to slow dance with her. This was a slow song. So I wanted to slow dance. My dumb ass assumed slow dancing was like this, when you hold them by their waist, and you grab up and both of y'all grab their hand up here and do it like that. I did it. So I reached up to grab she like, what the fuck you doing? Like she grabbed me by my waist. Cause I looked around, that's what I said, oh, I didn't know both hands go around your waist. And I was, I had to kind of glide with her. You know what I'm saying? I was holding it out like, like white people in the movies. And they, want to do like this right here. But no, she was like this, she was telling me how to, I was green as shit.
I ain't got no rhythm. So what used to mess me up? We used to do the slow drag. You go side to side.
Yeah,
I don't got no rhythm. So when people but when the girls, when they do that little tick, how they go side and they do that tick. It used to mess me up because I'm like.
That's what Felicia said. She said she just told me just hold on and just like, and what I did was I was basically just like putty and let her just like whatever. You're trying to control it. But the woman in the slow drag controls the slow drag.
Well, I know now, but I'm just saying, regardless who controls it, the tick used to mess me up because I would have never did the tick because I can't hear rhythm. Like I can't hear no rhythm. Like,
okay, what the fuck is the tick?
Like, okay, you slow dragging, right? And then if they hit you with that, you're going side to side.
No,
watch
get up
me
and
now.
show me this. Show me this.
Okay,
I don't
no,
know.
Here it is. I'm going side to side. Then they hit you with that.
So your hand. Where are your hands?
On her back. But she stops and ticks like slow, like.
Yeah, you don't have any rhythm. Any women there we can ask to show us, because you don't fucking show. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay,
no, but it's just a tick.
So I don't know what the fuck. Ask somebody. Anybody out there? What the fuck is the tick? Like what size talking about?
When you sliding, you do a little tick into it, man.
Was she black?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. I tell you, like I didn't learn the slow drag.
Okay, you judging me, but you was up here holding the fucking guitar.
Hey, everybody thought that was the way to slow drag, my brother. Everybody thought that. It was not until I let Felicia. I still remember her to this day. Hey, Felicia. That was she was a very pretty girl in my science class, and so I went to the 7th grade dance, and I had a crush on this girl. Her name was Alicia. Had a crush on this girl in my 7th grade.
So you had a Felicia and a Alicia?
I had a Alicia. Alicia didn't give me no fucking play. You know, I wasn't as strapping and as handsome as I am right now back then.
Okay.
But nonetheless, she was not feeling Sean Carter. So we went to the 7th grade dance, and it was a point in the in another room where people was taking pictures, because no one really came there together. Really, I mean, some people.
Yeah, you get dropped off.
Right. So I kind of walked in the other room, and the guy taking the pictures, like, hey, you taking a picture and shit? I'm like, no, because I was saw other people like coupling up taking pictures, and I'm like, well, no, not, you know. And Alicia walked in, and I said, Alicia, would you take a picture with me? And she said, yeah, and she let me hold her waist. You know, the famous, y'all, she's facing away and you kind of holding her around her waist and shit. She let me hold her waist. And I brought the pictures home and showed them to my brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters thought that she was the most atrocious looking woman I ever had in my life. I don't know why you're attracted to her.
I'm gonna hold my comment on that as well. Hey, but bro, my Delton, our boy from Shaw, my baseball teammate, one of my good friends.
Delton had a big ass glove. He got a big ass glove in his profile picture. But go ahead.
Delton said it's a slight pause, and Delton can dance. Delton's basically a choreographer. He designed the baseball team dance. It's a whole dance, man. We'll have him on one week. He'll show you the dance. He's basically a choreographer, so he's telling us it's a slight pause. It's not a tick. So it's like, so look, you rock it like this, right? You get here, you stop.
Right.
Rock. Get to the other side. Stop.
So right, I get that. So Delton asked, do the man or the woman leads in the slow drag?
Oh, the woman. Delton said the woman's not supposed to lead.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So is Delton?
You know what? You know what it might deal with?
What's
I don't want to hurt your feelings. It might deal with height.
You know, I got shit about my height recently. Because everyone's telling me, like, you know, my daughters are short and all that and shit like that. I get it, you know, whatever. I looked this shit up. I'm 5'10", right? Flat-footed, 5'10". Had I had arches, I'd probably been like 6 feet, but my feet are flat. That's number one. Number two is, even at 5'10", you know what I found out? That I'm the average height for a man across the world. I'm the average height for a man. I don't want to be average in that regard, but that's what I'm average height. 5'10" is average height. So there's no thing is I'm not short.
What were you in 7th grade though?
5'10". No, in 7th grade, I was a short guy. I was a pretty short guy. You know what I'm saying? But I sprouted, and you know, I got up to 5'10" right now, and that's where I'm at. But you know, I'm drinking milk and I'm growing, bro. I'm doing my thing, man. How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's because them heels you be wearing all the time, man. Them heels and shit. Huh?
I'm 6'2", man. I was like 5'10". I was about 5'10" in 7th, 8th grade, man. So.
Man, that's a nice little way to throw shade at that over here, man. I think I'm an average height for a male. You know what I'm saying? I typically like short women anyway. It's not a thing on me, but I like short women. I find it odd that people tend to contribute like your endowedness to your size, your height, your hands and shit like that. But I have proven over and over again that's not the case. Several times I've proven this.
Go ahead, bro.
So how was your weekend, my brother?
Man, it was cool, man. I traveled so much. I hadn't had a travel week like this probably, man, in the last since probably before the pandemic, man. I was literally I was gone every day this week, man. Started Monday.
Right.
Every day but Wednesday I was traveling, man. Wednesday I was in court. So I was
So you
traveling
guys are
every
pretty
day,
much
man.
back. You guys are back to like doing things regular now in court?
We never stopped.
Oh, really?
We never stopped. So there was just um, different things, but I mean, court really never stopped, man. A couple virtual situations,
Right.
but most judges kind of just kept going.
Can I ask you a question about court, bro?
Yeah.
I know it's not kind of off subject, but I had a crazy week this week, and it started off on last Monday. I was heading into an area of Atlanta that I typically I don't go in, and it was it's predominantly populated by Caucasian folks, right?
Mhm.
So I was driving, and when I'm using GPS, I always say on cruise control or something like that. Because I want to make sure I'm just focused on whatever. Um, I've been pretty good, not having tickets and something like that. I'm not saying I'm the best driver. I had an incident about a month ago that God showed me favor on. So I was up in a, like I said, up in an area of Atlanta that's typically is mostly inhabited by white folks. So I got off on the exit, and anybody who knows, so when you get off on the exit, this particular exit had 3 lanes,
Mhm.
and I got off on the one that's to the far right. So as I went down about a mile, that lane became only a turning lane, right?
Mhm.
And the other 2 lanes just was basically passing through. So I said, "Oh shit, I don't want to turn here." So I signaled and moved over to my left, right, 1 lane over, just 1 lane over. I did that, went down through the light, got lit up by a cop. I,
Mhm.
I had no idea why he was pulling me over because I was like, okay, I'm not speeding. I'm chilling. I'm on the phone, but I'm on through the car. So I'm like, okay, I was a little befuddled by this bullshit. So he pulled me over, and he said, yeah, why I pulled you? I'm like, nah, I don't know, bro. What's going on? He's like, you made you you're you were in the turning lane only, but you didn't turn. I said, yeah, I know that. I didn't need to go there, so I switched over to your left lane. He said, you can't do that. And long
Mhm.
story short, he wrote me a ticket for that shit. Say that
Mhm.
I had to turn, whatever. And I'm like, I was. It was a bad argument between me and this fat ass white cop. Right? It was pretty bad. We got into a huge argument out there. Um, when I pulled out, I looked back to my left, and what I saw was they had 5 cops on motorcycles. The guy who pulled me over was on a motorcycle. They had 5 cops on a motorcycle sitting out there waiting for people to do the same thing I did.
Mhm.
And what bothers me about shit like that, if you know it's a fucked up situation, either you're compliant to it and you're gonna leave it that way, so it's a money grab to you, or it was designed to be that way. Like they like, okay, we
Right.
know people gonna come up there and do that shit, but it really pissed me off, and I'm gonna fight that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I lawyered up, and but my question to you is, why can't you win in traffic court by yourself?
I mean, it's just like most things, man. You don't know procedurally, you are out of your league.
Really? So even when you go in there for court, you already up against it pretty much, right? If you
You
go
don't
alone.
because you don't know what's like. Even they always say a lawyer who has himself as a client has a fool for a client.
I've been a fool on
So
many occasions.
yeah, usually if I get a speeding ticket, man, I'll normally hire a
You
lawyer.
lawyer up. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I lawyered up.
unless it's like something I know I can go get dismissed. Like I mean, like that sounds like something that you might could get dismissed because I'm not for sure, but that ticket sounds like it might be like a ticket where those tickets like that, like unlawful turns and stuff are
Yeah,
normally for accidents. You know what
right,
I'm saying? So
right.
normally, if you don't have an accident, they probably dismiss it. But what they're doing is, if they have all those cops there, and they have what time of day was it during the day?
Like 12 noon, 1 o'clock.
Yeah. So they if they pull over 10 people, they might catch 2 people who've been drinking. They might catch one person smoking marijuana.
Or one
Um,
nigga that was
or,
irate.
or yeah, somebody is that either doesn't have a license, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, doesn't have a license. So normally those are what we call like the ticket you got. We call that kind of like a pretextual stop. Like they got a valid reason to stop you, but that's not really why they stop you. It's just like at nighttime. I tell people all the time, people going to the club, right?
Mhm.
At 1 in the morning, at 1:30, 2 o'clock, if you got 10 cops sitting on the border of downtown, if they pull over 5 people, 2 people are drinking. One of
Right.
those people are drunk. One of those people ain't got no license.
Right.
And they may just get lucky and run up on a couple pounds of weed or something like that.
Mhm.
Get some kudos from the department. So it's just like I tell people all the time, man. Like you out out in North Carolina, particular places, if
Mhm.
you get a cop get behind you, they gonna pull you. It
Well, I
doesn't
tell you,
matter. They're gonna pull you for whatever. So
yeah. I
might
tell
as
you
well go
what.
and get ready.
Well, he pulled over the wrong motherfucker that day. I immediately pulled over and I sent it to my attorney guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take care of it, whatever." But it felt good to be able to do that shit, man. But that, like I said, that was my week, man. I was traveling this weekend. I'm just getting back in time to do this. I know you was worried. You,
Yeah, man. Hey, man,
but
I sweating bullets. So
but we're here, man. Episode 21, my brother, and we got a little something we want to discuss with the fine folks out there that's been watching us and doing the thing for the podcasts. We sincerely salute everybody and thank you for what you have done and kind of keep us rocking and rolling every Sunday, man. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot to talk about. I really did, and I still do.
hey, brother, I'm your audience.
Well, I'm glad you are here for that because one thing I found out about myself today is I've been told I've been asked I'm an asshole and things like that. I'm a guy with slight to no filter. That was what someone told me. You are slight to no filter,
Mhm.
and I said okay. Today I realized that. I, although I thought my point was very valid with the conversation I had with the person that I love very much. He's my he's my guy. I had a conversation with a person. Although I felt my reasonings for having this strong conversation were valid, maybe my delivery wasn't as it should have been. And I think sometimes that makes me lose or makes the other person lose my point. And all they're doing is looking at how I'm saying if I'm saying. So I have to improve upon that. You know what I'm saying? And think of ways or think of manners that I can get my point across without calling people motherfuckers and shit like that, or just
Yeah,
whatever.
it'll probably help your personal life.
Well,
It depends on who you're talking to, bro. Because I'm very tone oriented. You say something to me in the wrong tone, I don't respond. I'm
right.
very, very tone oriented. Like it's like I've been like that since I was a kid. Like I
Hmm.
don't care what you're saying. Like man, if it's like two things I don't like,
Right.
I'm very tone oriented, and
Right.
I don't like for anybody to talk to me like I think like they think that I'm stupid or slow.
Well,
Those two
I get
things
that.
bother a lot. They bother me a lot. But the tone,
Hmm.
I mean, and I don't care who the tone's coming from.
Okay.
Like it
Okay.
could
That's
be like
fair
a
though. That's fair. So let me ask you a question. So say you were like in your mind you were wrong, and I
yeah.
called you. I called you out on it, and I say, "Si, hey, bro, that was wrong." You like, "Nah, it wasn't." I'm like, "Yo, Si, that was fucking wrong." With my tone, try to make you argue the point that you were right, or you just be like, would you accept like, okay, that I was wrong, but with my tone, kind of turn you off from just having a discussion about it.
Uh, well, I don't know. I think it depends on who's
I think
around.
no, well, okay,
Um,
just
if it's
whatever,
if it
what,
versus if it's just you and I having a conversation versus there's other people around, like or versus like we were doing a podcast or something like. You could probably say stuff to me if it's just you and I that during the podcast. I might be like, hey man, you all right? You know what I'm saying? So
would,
like,
would,
I
would you
mean,
punch me?
nah, I doubt I punch you. Like just be
That's
like,
fine.
like, I mean, I think it just depends, man. Like it's
Right.
variables when it comes to that. But I mean, I think depending on how somebody says something, then you might dig in on your position. Say, nah, man.
I got to get better with that, bro. And I always tell people about this, man, about you, bro. I can call you with like the world is ending some type shit, and you be like, well, nah, like nah, man, you talked me off this ledge, and you like I said, you have this innate ability to give great advice. You know what I'm saying? And it talks me off a ledge a lot of times because I'm pretty high strung sometimes. So I will do some shit that will probably get me in some trouble the next day or something, or get people not to talk to me again. But you tend to talk me off a ledge. So I tend to take whatever you tell me as good shit. So I take it. I'm like, okay, that's some good. That's good damn advice, man. That's pretty good. You're good with advice. You you are great with that, man. You know.
Yeah, but like I said, man, it still depends on. I mean, it's a lot of variables. I mean, because as rational as I try to be, you call me with the wrong tone, and I'm like, hey, say what
I'm
now?
with you, bro. I'm
And
with you
I'm
on that.
more of I'm not a big time arguer.
Hmm.
I'm more of a let me just hang up on you. You know what I'm saying, or just ignore it, or be like,
Hey,
oh, I'll call you later. Like I don't really like that. And Delton just commented again. He said, man, so would you argue if you're wrong? We have me and my baseball team.
hmm
We got a baseball team chat.
hmm
We argue 18 out of 24 hours.
Right.
you know, we argue about anything. We argue about anything. So yeah, like I'm just like I said, man, I'm very tone oriented. I can't think of a situation when it's just you and I where like, unless you kind of yelling at me like I'm a kid. But I
Right.
mean, even in like the professional environment, man, I've seen like judges yell at attorneys, and I'm like, man, I don't know how I would have took that. Like
No, I'm not trying to call you, but have you ever got like reprimanded by a judge? Like they kind of like just go like,
I've been reprimanded
okay,
in a nice way. Like, hey, counsel, what do you think about what you need to think
right,
about this or this? But I haven't been like screamed at, knock on
mhm,
wood.
right.
Because I've seen attorneys get like screamed at. Like, and I don't know that I wouldn't have been in jail for a day having to call somebody like, hey man, don't talk to me that way. you know, it's always been
Hey, I feel you on that shit, man. Like I said, I've seen some shit where, like I said, like that situation Monday. I was so upset that it kind of made me lose sight of really the big picture, and I was saying some things to that guy that could have got me arrested and shit. I was very upset. We got to a big deal, and luckily it was a cooler head brother that was in the restaurant parking lot that I pulled over to. That kind of like, hey man, chill, let it go, bro, or whatever.
yeah.
But I was super pissed about that shit, bro. But I found a way to kind of calm down. But that shit really fucked with me. It really did. I had a terrible like Monday and Tuesday over that shit because I kept thinking about it, even though I felt it was gonna get taken care of. I was very upset about that shit, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't do the show on Monday because I would have had a lot to fucking say about that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So
Just a trap. That's all it is.
it's a fucking trap, bro. It's a fucking trap. So we was off for last week, and a lot of things that kind of happened. Well, a couple of things that happened during that time that we didn't get a chance to kind of like talk about, and I just want to kind of give you, kind of get your opinion on something, and the fine people that are watching, get their opinion on a couple of things, and something that was kind of in the news a lot lately. Um, they had the big fashion week up in New York and things of that nature. I was in New York. I think it was in New York. Yeah, it was in New York. And something that struck me quite, it struck me. I saw a picture that was circulated on Instagram. Well, I saw it on Facebook first. First of all, I thought it was a fake. And I'm like, wow, that's because a couple of people come out like, no, that's a fake. That's fake. It was a picture of Russell Westbrook, and Russell was in a dress. He was in a dress, and I looked. I said, damn, that's fucked up. So that's bad. Bad
Yeah, bad luck.
Photoshop
Yeah.
job. So next thing I went to somebody said, no, it's on his Instagram page. And it was sure enough, it was on his Instagram page. And he was wearing a dress. I know he's a very fashionable, conscious dude. He's into fashion and things like that. But my point is, why is a dress fashionable now? Why is that the thing where, and I know people are trying to tie it to like Jesus wore this and all this and this and the third, whatever. But I think it's a different time, different place. And I think we're becoming so easily persuaded that men should be wearing dresses. It's a difference between a man designing a dress, but men wearing dresses. It struck me as odd, and I think people are becoming more desensitized to and think that's cool, bro. You think? I mean, you think that's kind of like a thing now?
I think that shit's silly, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's 100% silly. I mean, it's just going too far, man. Like you just push the limit so far. Like you ain't got to put on a dress, man.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's just like the Lil Nas X thing when he did the photo shoot and he was pregnant. Like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, if you gay, fine, you gay. But then you ain't got to be pregnant on the photo shoot. That's just too much.
Yeah, that was a lot. And the dresses and why they always got to talk with the lisp. Where do the lists come from? Like why can't you just be like, yo, man, I'm gay. I'm gay. But why gotta be like?
That don't sound good enough, man.
Why do I have to scratch your eyes out and shit like that? Like, I'm scratch your eyes out. All this gay the list. But I just felt like that was and it was a funny thing with me and Russell when I saw that thing, I'm like, damn, why Russell? Like, what's
What
up with the
did
dress,
he
bro?
say on his Instagram?
Nothing. It was just a fashion thing. It wasn't like, yo, this is for rape
Because he's
victims.
married, right? He's married to a woman, right?
Yes, he's married to a woman, and Russell's wearing these dresses now, and a lot of guys, and it was some other people out there wearing dresses as well, but he was the most predominant guy wearing a dress.
Gucci Man wore a dress one time, didn't he?
No, did
Okay.
he?
I don't
Did
know. I thought he might have wore a Gucci dress one time.
No,
Maybe
bro.
not. Hey, don't let me defame him. Maybe not. I'm just asking.
No, man. When I was young, I used to watch things like In Living Color and things like that. I never saw it as a problem when they did the whole mental films and things. I never saw it because I saw it as straight comedy. You know, I like
right because it was comedy.
It was comedy. I agree with you, but I think now, everybody has to it has to take it a step further with the dresses and all that. And I'm just not a fan of that. I'm like, I each his own. You can do whatever you want to do, but I don't want to be forced into liking guys wearing dresses or be accepting of guys wearing dresses and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you think about Dwayne Wade when he was painting his nails and all that? Remember that?
Yes. I don't know what's going on.
Gabrielle Union, that's kind of weird. Him and Gabrielle Union, man.
I don't know what's going on.
That's a situation.
Yeah, I don't know what's going up in that Wade house, bro. But it's something going on up in there. Yeah, he has more slippers than anybody ever know in my life. He wear like the slip-on shoes, man. Like the loafers.
Oh, what's wrong with the loafers?
Listen, bro. It's okay for a man to have one pair of loafers, but I think the majority of your shoes should have strings in them. I mean, come on, Si. All these loafers walking around here sliding all over the damn place. Why can't these guys wear like the shoes with the strings in them again? Why are all these damn loafers in the hot? The hot waters are kind of dope, bro. It's a lot of dudes with loafers on all the time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking. That's a loafer.
Yeah, I mean, and I read some other stuff about him and Gabrielle Union. I need to read it for myself. I just heard about it, I think, in the barbershop. I need to read it for myself before I bring it to the audience. But it seems like it's some weird kind of stuff going on in their relationship in the house.
Yeah, it is some weird.
And he had the whole thing with his kid and that thing that Boosie talked about. I know you agree with it because Boosie said it.
Boosie said it, baby. Man, between Barack Obama and Boosie, everything they tell me, I believe. It just whatever Boosie says, I'm going with. I mean, come on, man.
Hey, Boosie your Bible.
Boosie the Bible. Like whatever Boosie says, you know what? I'm like, that is a great idea. I think I'm gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because guys like Boosie, for me, guys like Boosie ring some type of truth to me. They are Boosie is just like is old school, 100%. Like just a guy. I get Boosie. I get Boosie. Boosie he lives his truth. He lives his truth, and he's unapologetic about what he thinks and what he feels and how he rolls. And that's across the board. I think with everything that Boosie does, from his music to his talking about his kids to his kids' mothers and things like that. Boosie to me is just like that's my guy. And I went with him on that whole Dwayne Wade deal, though, bro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was early too.
Yeah, he got his IG shut down, and he was pretty pissed about that. And he went in this whole rant about it. And I agree with him on that. But it was something I saw when I was reading the whole thing about Boosie, and when they shut his social media down. It had these things on there. It says that it talked about people on social media and how you can tell people that have low self-esteem on social media. And they gave like 10 things that you can tell. You mind if I go down the list of these 10?
No, please go down. Go down.
Yeah. Number one.
I'm probably not going to agree with a lot of them. Go ahead.
I think they said number one. The number one person thing, somebody who has low self-esteem on social media, they tend to overshare. Like they say they overshare. They just everything that happens to them, they put that shit up. Like every single thing that goes on in life, they put that up. They say the number one thing is they overshare. Number two, they tend to fabricate a little more than the rest of folks. Number three, they say they have a selfie overload. Like most of their pictures are selfies. They over publicize their relationships. They go off on people by people that don't support them. They go off on those people. Number six is they highlight material possessions.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what they say. Number 7. They're considered the fun police. And what it means by that is that they tend to think they tend to point out they're funnier, smarter, and better at things than other people. That's number 7. Number 8 is they always offering subliminal messages, like just about people instead of saying what they really mean. They just all have like they haters and all that stuff like that. That's
How
number.
many haters you got?
I don't have any haters. I think everybody tend to like me a little bit, man.
Shit.
And number 9, man, is number 9. They're always purging their friend list. They're like, oh, I'm cutting people off and this, that, and the third.
Oh, man, that really irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah,
like,
I see that.
Just do it. Like,
just do it. Right.
It's like a couple things that you mentioned. Is that all 10? I don't want to interrupt you.
Last one in here is they like their own posts. Okay, I've done that shit.
You like your own post, yo?
I have done. I do.
It'd be 3 likes. You be what up?
Yeah. So I went back through after I got this list and unlocked all that shit because I don't want nobody to say nothing about that.
Yo, those subliminal messages, man. And we talked about it before. That being in the hospital, don't ask no questions, just pray for me. That, man, come on, that one is the worst. And then I'm gonna tell you what else gets me, man. The relationships.
Was that there?
You got the relationships, bro.
That was number 4. That was number 4.
You got you put your person on there, and then one day you go take all the pictures of him down. Mm-hmm. Tell me what the fuck happened.
Yes, because that gives me.
Because now I'm invested. I want to know, like, okay, what did Pumpkin do to you? Why is Pumpkin? Why have you taken all of the pictures of you and Pumpkin down? Like, that gets me, man. Like, it just be so crazy. And then after they break up, you making all these posts to Pumpkin, but he probably blocked. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can only fool me one time.
Yes.
You think you can fool me twice.
Yes.
I'll be like, oh, man, sometimes I be wishing I had a Stan account so I could comment. Because I'd be like, damn, this girl, she hurt as fuck.
Well,
like, she really hurt about what Pumpkin did to her. And she wants him to know, but he probably done unfollowed her. He don't even know what the fuck she posted.
She want other people to tell Pumpkin about that. But you made a great point though. You said you want another account to go and say it. But I think here's the fair point about social media. If you put that out, I can say whatever I want to say in your post. Because I mean, come on. If you say some shit like that.
Yeah, but you can't. You can.
Yes, you can.
Bro, it's politically incorrect. It's just like, let me ask you a question. It's just like all these people now. We went to HBCU. It's HBCU homecoming season. You got all these people. Oh, I'm not going to homecoming. Nope, won't see me there. Let me tell you what. I don't care.
So why don't you put that under there?
I don't want to put it under there because it's politically incorrect. But nobody cares if you're coming. Only person that cares if you're coming is the person that you hook up with every year. And you probably do that. You probably say you're going to do that anyway.
So you really think that happens? People hook up doing homecoming?
What school you went to? Man, but no, what I'm saying is, like,
I got you.
Like, people, nobody cares about that, man. Like, it's like you make this big thing to do. Oh, I'll let y'all know in 3 weeks. Let me continue to monitor. Let me continue to monitor the numbers. If the numbers turn out right, I'll be there. If not, I'm not coming.
Could you do me a favor when we get done? Could you send me those people? And can I comment on this shit, please?
No.
Could you send me a list?
No, they may watch the show. I don't want people to stop watching.
I do hate that shit. I tend to do that. I hate that. I hate that when my crushes post their husbands. That pisses me the fuck off because you have no right to post him.
Why don't you comment under there?
No.
And see, look, and my man Delton just said it. He said he's lost some people because of commenting on things that are on that list. And that's exactly what will happen, man. Because when you comment on social media, you're telling the world, like, yo, you an idiot. Yes. Like, yo, this is absolutely wrong. What are you saying? So you would lose associates, man. Like I mean, yeah, man. I saw somebody post the other day.
Right.
The girl the other day posted, she said, I hate when people post that they're having fun with my money that they borrowed.
I'm with her on that one. I'm with her on that one, dog.
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm with her on that one, bro. Let me tell you something. And when you loan somebody some money, that money all of a sudden become funky. Oh, you want
Oh,
your
yeah.
funky? You want your funky $500? Yes, I want my funky $500. I agree with that, man. Like that is one of the best posts ever. You out there having fun with my money.
Oh, man, you look like you're really enjoying yourself with that money you owe me.
So you tend to agree with some of these things that are on this list. Like, it's
Oh,
like
man, I agree with a lot of them, man. Yeah,
yeah, I do too.
definitely.
I do too, and I thought it was really weird. And I'm like, man, that's something that they consider. And this is a poll from 2000. It was like 2 years ago, but it was nonetheless. It just kind of went into that whole thing about analyzing. They're these people that analyze social media posts, and that's what's the list that it came up with about insecure people and how they post and how they tend to post on social media. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty fucking amazing. So I had to kind of go back and unlike all the shit I like about myself and leave it to the people to go like it for me, man. So.
Oh yeah, man, definitely, boy. Hey, man, social media. If you so if you say you're interested in somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know which would be the case. Like if you're interested in somebody and you start looking at their social media,
Right.
like to me that should be one of the first things you look at. You know what I'm saying? And, like go back and see what the hell they talking about, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because man, some of these people, man. Like I tell people, I say, "Oh man, people can change. You can change, but you still have the propensity to do the shit that you used to do. You've got the ability to do it. You've got the ability to get on there and talk shit about somebody.
Right.
Now, I've seen some stuff said about people, man, like in relationships. That man, if you said that shit about me, man, I'd be on the way over there. Like, bro, I've seen some stuff said. It's just just crazy. And I know people get emotional and they get to typing and I mean it's so accessible. It's right here at your fingertips.
Right.
People gonna all get on there. People,
right.
Man, I remember one time, man, we had a classmate. Damn, I hope she don't listen. We had a classmate and her mate had I think he had damn near kidnapped her. She was on live, man. She was on live with the whole situation going down.
They said they're calling the police.
Yeah, she called. I don't know if she called the police. She was on live. He driving. She in the back or wherever. But then they got back together. Like, how am I supposed to look at him, man? Like,
that's the thing, son. If you say, for instance, like a young lady who's in a bad, and I'm not condoning this, people. You're in a bad situation with a dude, and you call all the guys you know to come in there and enforce it. Like, yo, he beat my ass, or he punched me in the eye, or whatever. And we all go over there with pitchforks and pitchforks and torches and shit. They go run him out of town. And next thing I know, y'all, I'm like, we're somewhere private. No ask no questions. And you back with this guy. And all else, what I'm saying? I never get involved with that shit, bro. But if she on live doing that shit, they're looking for that, that's an attention bug that a lot of people seem to need to be having. I'm being kidnapped.
I had a situation one time with a buddy of mine. He called me. He was talking junk to me about I wouldn't say a friend, an associate. He was calling me, talking junk about his relationship and situation and his wife. Just shit I probably shouldn't even been hearing, didn't really want to hear. And then when we got the phone, I called my other buddy who knows him. And he said, man, don't listen to that shit. They'll be back together next week. And they were. And I was thinking like, damn, man, all the shit you told me? Like, oh my God. Like, yeah, she blah, 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 blah. Like, that's a good, hey man, I've always said, like, even, no secret, we're both divorced. Through my marriage, man, one thing that I never dealt with, I always say somebody who can act crazy in front of your damn parents and your damn children, they got a problem. They crazy for real.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn what's going on. If I agree to go with you somewhere, I ain't gonna act crazy in front of your mom and daddy. If you can act crazy in front of somebody's parents and in front of somebody's kids, you can't even play the face that long. Y'all need to go ahead and go ahead and get the papers typed up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that I think sometimes I think there is no way back from shit like that.
There's no way back.
There's no way.
I call it the death penalty, man. Once somebody has been issued a death penalty, they may not get killed, but you never come off death row.
So mothers and kids are like that's the end of it.
That's it. You act crazy in front of my mama. Oh, that's it. God rest her soul. You act crazy because she already know I'm crazy.
Right.
So if you act crazy in front of her, you know what I'm saying, or you show out in front of my kids, we got to go. You got to go.
I mean, I agree with you on that, bro. I just don't. I don't play that shit about going crazy in front of my kids, and especially talking crazy in front of my mother. That's gonna be a problem, man. Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. I've seen some things out there, and I always wonder how they're able to reconcile that and truly be happy as a result of that craziness that I see a lot of times with people and their parents and their significant other, man.
And that
Even if they're married.
look, and that's what Felicia Davis just commented. She said, if you put all your relationship info on social media uh, to share when y'all break up, that too. And that's exactly what I'm saying. When you take all the pumpkins pictures down, and then your comment is, "What happens in the dark will come to the light." Go ahead and end it. But bro, we talking about kids.
Mhm.
I'm gonna segue into R. Kelly.
Right.
So R. Kelly got convicted of all charges in the Southern District of New York, man.
I saw that. That was. I think here's my problem with that. I don't disagree with he's being convicted. I don't disagree with that. I'm not an attorney, so I don't know what your perspective on this, whatever. But me being a layman in terms of the law or just being in the court system some kind of way, I would like, yo, why don't you just go ahead and plead that shit out, bro? Like take a plea.
Sometimes
on it.
they probably didn't offer him a plea.
Oh, okay. So, but
They don't always offer a plea.
so if they don't offer you a plea, could you offer one? Because honestly,
No.
that's stuff that came out with
No,
that shit.
you can't offer a plea. They want that means they want that out. And so in districts like the Southern District of New York, which is kind of known as
Right.
one of the more powerful districts in the country.
Mhm.
I've actually had a case there. And you see, like in shows like Power, the prosecutor's office is always the Southern District of New York. They're
Right.
very aggressive. They're very thorough. So you won't offer a plea because what you want to happen is you got to realize he's got charges in 3 different jurisdictions.
Mhm.
Southern District of New York, you got charges in Illinois, he's got charges in Minnesota. So
Right.
you want all that stuff to come out in Southern District of New York so they can use that as leverage in Illinois and Minnesota. Even if he was to have been found not guilty, it was still
Right.
some very detrimental stuff that would have come out. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Kels had some bad shit.
So it didn't come out. I mean, it came out because of testimony. So
Mhm.
when the prosecutor said, "Hey, we don't even want to offer you a plea, or you can plead straight up," no lawyer is really gonna plead straight up because that means in a case like that, if I plead straight up, I'm pleading to 40 or 50 years, and you 50 years old, you're gonna die in prison. So your thought process is probably, "Hey, we may as well try this thing and see what's happening." Hey, one second, bro, before we continue R. Kelly.
Mhm.
Our classmate Jamal Carter is on. Man, Jamal has not one but 2 sons
Yeah,
playing
I follow
football at Bowie State. Man,
I follow him.
them boys are doing good, and Bowie State is looking good.
Salute Jamal. Salute, bro.
Not better than Shaw you, man, but congratulations to you and your boys, Jamal.
I
So,
see that, bro. I think that's some dope shit. Salute Jamal.
oh, definitely, man, definitely. But yeah, man. So they wanted all that stuff out. They wanted to happen exactly what happened because those transcripts will pretty much become, public record for these people, so they can
Mhm.
see exactly what happened, the people that testified, and now that he's gotten this conviction,
Mhm.
which will be enough to put him away for the rest of his life anyway.
Right.
Now, Illinois and Minnesota will go ahead and can make him continue going through the process. I don't want to be morbid, but I would be surprised if he didn't try to harm himself at the first opportunity he had, because
Yeah, bro.
he'll never see light of day again.
Yeah, that stuff that they talked about was pretty fucking grotesque, bro. And I'm like, yo, I can't
Mhm.
listen to R. Kelly song the same way I fucking again after this shit. I can't
Right.
eat and listen to R. Kelly song. I think I'm like, bro, come on, man. You like meatball panties and shit. That shit just fucked me up, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't know Kels was
I didn't
rapping
even
like
look
that.
at a lot of it, man.
Yeah,
I didn't look at a lot of
I heard about it. I mean, I have this thing for listening to on YouTube, listening to interrogation videos and shit, and that was one of the things that came up. And I was like, yo, come on, Kels, that's some bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I saw that and I was like, damn, Kels fucked up now.
Yeah.
He has no way out, and like I said, he's got 2 other cases out there that he got to go through. And I'll be like, look, hey, man, leave the herpes shit out, bro. I'm sorry. I take the 10-year on that one. Leave that herpes shit out.
Man, they want the prosecutors, man, they get they get vicious. They want all of this stuff. That's why they want all the people to testify, man. Because if you look at it, some of the testimony wasn't even dealing with really the charges. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, some of the people who were grown, they were just testifying about things that he did, which just goes, in the prosecutor's case, that just goes to prove motive. To say, hey, like, hey, but here's the thing that I did slightly have a problem with. I don't think he should have been the only one, because there were so many people who were complicit to this stuff.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It came through, like Aaliyah's parents and people who were dealing with that, who were going to allow this stuff to happen. They charged him in the Southern District of New York with racketeering. With racketeering, you kind of need people who are aiding and abetting you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just like the leader. So I didn't understand how all of these people, I guess because they gave information and they testified and they basically cooperated, or what we call snitched, they were able to escape charges. But a lot of people, including parents, enabled this behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
It wasn't all. I mean, he did the horrible things, but a lot of people helped him out, and I don't understand how nobody else called the charges.
I thought it was one of the most horrible things I've when I started reading the details about that case and things of that nature. Kel's got some problems, bro, and God bless the victims and everything like that, and their families, man. I hope they get the help they need. But Kel's got a fucking problem, man. I don't listen to his music, just fucking saying, man. Fuck that shit.
He's a sick guy, man.
Yeah, man.
He's a sick guy.
But the reason we're here tonight is, like I said, we're going to rocking episode 21, man. As we march through the month of October, we were compelled to talk about certain things and help people out along the way. And something that came across in a conversation I had last week, it was about the cuffing season. And the cuffing season has officially begun. Welcome to October, everybody. This is the month where we start getting into the holiday spirit and things of that nature. But not to be placed third behind the holidays, it's the cuffing season. And there's some misconceptions about the cuffing season that I want to clear up a little bit here. I think a lot of times when people say cuffing, it tends to be a derogatory term in terms of people are settling for the winter with someone less than they would normally deal with. But it also has the connotation of saying, as somebody you're in a relationship with, you use the cuffing season to solidify that relationship. So there's a lot of ins and outs to the cuffing season that we want to kind of unpack and deal with and everything like that, and offer help to anybody who's about to partake into the cuffing season. It is a positive thing to people. So we want everyone to kind of ride along with us on that one as we unpack the cuffing season. And I thought it was a very interesting topic conversation. And everyone who's out there, Delton, I appreciate it, my brother. Felicia, everybody out there, thank you guys for tuning in. Chime in to whatever you feel and how you feel about it. But I think it's a great time of the year. The cuffing season is a great time of the year, man. You kind of putting yourself in a hibernation a little bit, and you find somebody to kind of get it rocking until like the springtime with, as you take your drink there.
Yo, this sounds a lot like it sounds a lot like National Sons and Daughters Day. Some stuff that somebody made up that a couple of people subscribe to, so they can get pictures of your kids on Facebook. Oh, happy!
This is a no sign.
Happy Son and Daughters Day.
This is a real thing, man. The cuffing season is the real thing.
Ain't nothing different about being with somebody when it's hot or being with somebody when it's cold.
That is bullshit.
It's the same person.
No, it's not, son. No, it's not.
It is.
Listen, you tend to meet more people when it's a little warmer outside than it is when it's a little cold outside.
Because people are outside.
Exactly. So as you go through this, as you go through these fall months, you're gonna be left pretty much by yourself if you don't go ahead and just get your ass out there the last couple of weeks of this month here and get you somebody to use that as like training season for spring, or solidify what you already got. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing which you want to do as men, I'm gonna give you this is very important as you go through the cuffing season. This is one of the things you want to work out with yourself as you go move towards the spring to get the person that you really want, or the person that you have now. You solidify that with. Men, listen to this very carefully. This is not no bullshit. This is very serious. The ideal thing you want to accomplish, right? Just like training, you want to you go and just play football. You want to throw in all that to your receivers, and you want to figure this part right here out. The key to any relationship, especially when it's beginning, is for the woman to love you and you like her. Because if you both love each other too soon, you will lose all credibility. You will lose all the ability to remain true to yourself as you go on. I'm telling you. No, listen to me. No. So you want to you want, as long as you can, remain the like and the love. You are the like. You are the person coming in. You liking her, but she's loving you. But if you flip that, you lose all credibility in terms of kind of controlling that relationship. You see what I'm telling you? So this is something very big you need to work on as you go through the winter months to learn to remain neutral enough
how you cuff somebody while you working on all that?
That's what you're doing.
Hitch. How do you do that?
Well, see, here's the thing, man. I think a lot of times people don't tend to work on themselves. And that's what the cuffing. That's one of the third components of the cuffing season.
We've been in the house for 2 years with COVID. Why you got what's different about right now? Nobody's been outside since February of 2020.
You made an excellent point, Si. So you've been in the house for almost 2 years, right? I was shudder the thought that you would have not approved upon something about yourself to make you more attractive to the person. I mean, am I right? Have you found out something?
You would do what to the thought?
I shudder this thought. I mean, am I right? Now, come on. I know I have. Let me tell you something. I have grown through COVID. So,
where'd you read that soliloquy you just
this is what I dude. I'm telling you, anybody out there would tell you this is the truth. If in the beginning, you want to remain as that like component of the relationship, that way you always got your head on a swivel about how far you want to take this thing and what.
So don't love. You said don't love.
Don't love just yet. Don't love just yet.
When do the love happen?
Well, the love tend to happen. Let me tell you something. Let me back up. Okay. So when the love is something that I think people reach, they reach over the gravy for. Like they reach across the table and grab that love first. I think you what you want to do in this whole thing, you want to work out your mind in terms of like, okay, although you have somebody with you, you don't want to jump into the whole thing and like, yo, this person's it for me. That's when that love component comes in, and you kind of like you put blinders on to everything else. You know what I'm saying? Because like during COVID, you made a good point. You find out who you really are. You find out something about yourself, whether it's one thing, 10 things, whatever. You find out at least one thing about yourself. Like, damn, I need to work on that shit. Am I right? Have you found out one thing you need to work on? You haven't? Okay, well,
yeah. I mean, you find out things, but I mean, I see what you're saying. I can't say I agree. I think it shit changes with age. I think at our age, and potentially most of our listeners' ages, that there's shit about yourself there's shit that comes with you, right?
Right.
And you have to realize when you meet somebody, although say I meet somebody and physically, man, we mesh, blah blah blah. Everything they say sounds good, but you have to find out, like, at this point, it's more of a puzzle piece. Like, yo, does that person fit? Because everybody doesn't fit. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, you're able to say, you know what, man, the looks, it matter. I need to be attracted to the person, but at this point, the looks don't matter. Like now, I can say, you know what? I mean, I've constantly said, like, I've already been through a marriage. I'm divorced. I think that I should have the wherewithal to be able to choose who I want to deal with. You see what I'm saying? And if you want to, if you don't want to deal with me, fine, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's what happens.
Right, but you what I'm saying is, like, you have to say, like, do we fit? If we don't fit, because you could meet somebody, and if you're being real with each other, say, man, like, you cool, but the vibe ain't there. Like, we just don't vibe out together. Like when I'm with you, I don't feel what I think I need to be feeling. And
So,
if you feel like that, then hey, peace. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get that, but that's a part of the cuffing season. What I mean by that is a lot of times we're distracted by other people. We're in the dating scene, right? And
Mhm.
that you're in the dating scene. So sometimes you're more enamored with another person over here that may not be quite right for you. So you're just enamored with her. You know what I'm saying? Or him. What it tends to do, it tends to focus your mind on that one person enough, one person, just enough to find out more about that person because you're spending more time indoors and you kind of like spending more one-on-one time together. And there's not many people out there, as many people out there that you would be seeing. So it gives you an opportunity, like I said, to work on that relationship with that person that you already may have, or the person that you just started dating, or just work on your goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? That's it's not an all thing where you just grab low hanging fruit. That's not the cuffing season, everybody. You're not just
No,
out here.
before you get to cuffing season, you got to figure out like, yo, can I spend a full 72 hours with this person? Like
So,
literally, can I spend 72 hours straight with you?
let me ask you a
And if
question.
I can't,
I'm not trying to get in your business or nothing, but you're telling me right now that you don't know anybody you would spend 70. I'm not. I don't. I'm no
I
names.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said you have to ask yourself, can
Yes.
you? You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like
Yes.
if you can't, then it's like, oh, I don't know. Because what happens is, let me tell you what happens. What
Okay.
happens is you end up like playing around with something, and then it's like playing around with the stove, and then that bitch cut on, and you accidentally burn yourself. Like shit, now I'm in it because like either like somebody's gotten pregnant, you've ended up getting married, some stuff like that. Whereas like I think like we gotta use our past experiences to
Right.
say like nah, like because you can look at chicks like I mean let's be realistic. Can you look back at women you've been with and be like, man, I'm glad that shit ain't work out? Because I
Mm,
can
yeah.
look back like yo man that shit. Where would I be if I had stayed there, or where
But you
would I
kind of knew
be?
that early on, though, right, Si? You tend to know
No,
that
I
early on,
think I think it's like it comes with like self-reflection. Like I think as like you said, as you get to knowing yourself
right?
and like knowing what pushes you and what because I was just talking to I was actually just talking to Mabry. He's listening not too long ago, and we were having this
Salute,
conversation.
salute, Mabry.
Like it's a good spot to be in when you really know what you really like and you really know what you really want, and it's not just because like I see some of our peers right now, and I see the way they move, and you don't even got to comment, but you like I'm thinking like shit, I did move like that 10 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree.
Like
Yeah.
I would move like that now. Like you know what I'm saying? It depends on when you're watching kind of like and you ain't all in people business, but just
Mhm.
what people show, man, you moving like that. Like, man, you into that. Like shit. Yeah, like,
But
like we'll talk. You'll tell me something, I'll be like,
yeah,
like I
yeah.
always say, man. I always say one time I was talking to you and we were talking about a few years ago, we
Mhm.
were talking about somebody, and I was like, man, I was like, man, she she dealing with somebody else now. You was like, that's great. He's gonna enjoy this part. He ain't gonna like the rest. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being
I
like,
said that.
damn, yes. And I was like, yo, damn, that's deep. Cause you didn't even know you was like saying it. You were just like, yo, he gonna enjoy this. But the rest of that shit, if he can deal with it, great. Cause I know I couldn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the reason I think I probably said that because somebody said that about me. They and I'm being full. Some people have told me things about myself, and I'm like, God damn. I'm like, damn. And like, and if I took a long look at myself, I found out that's fucking true. But I I got some shit with me, but
Right.
I would use like say for instance, if I know I'm not gonna get the full brunt of the 100% woman that I want. I know that shit for a fact.
Mhm.
If somebody walks in too perfect, I'll be like, oh shit, this motherfucker's a serial killer or something. But if I meet
Well, hold on. Can I tell you something about yourself?
sure,
Nigga, you a sabotager, man.
no, no, I love the love. I
You
love
you're a
to love.
sabotager, man.
No
I be
man,
having
I,
you call me that, but I be having to tell you like, yo, you'll tell me, hey, yo, don't sabotage it. Because you would go, man, everything was perfect, but her left eye is a little bit lazy.
You know what, man? Yeah, that was my problem. But I tend to look over things like that now. One leg's longer than the other, man. Bro, come on, we gonna be sitting down a lot. I just don't look at that bullshit no more, man. I want to love. If she comes into my life and hits me a certain way, I'm gonna use October, November, and December to get this thing either we in or we out. But I'm gonna focus on that young lady through this time. And forget the vices, bro. Forget her vices.
Hey, pan your camera around. Somebody got a gun in your head.
Yes. Listen, I got some vices with me, bro. But I don't go in looking for her vices. You know what I'm saying? I'm love to love, bro. If she comes in and makes me feel a certain kind of way, I'm going all in these 3 months, whatever, and see what this is about. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the cuffing season. I believe in this is a time where you go in and you give that person a shot. You give that person a shot, bro. Because
happy Black T-shirt day.
Yeah. Hey, man, I told you I just got in and I had to throw in what the fuck was in here.
Happy brick wall background day.
Yes.
You might as well make up every day that you can, because that's what this cuffing season is. Made up.
You don't think people have heard of this? This is a legit thing. This is like a real thing. This is real. You never heard nobody say, this is like
I heard it. I heard it, but
but what?
My lips was curling.
Episode 22, we gonna get side date. We gonna help side out.
Hey, don't.
No, we gonna help. No, we gonna help
right
side
now.
No, we gonna help
side out.
Right
now.
What, man?
Stop it right now.
Hey, man, all I'm saying is right here, man. You do use this time to kind of see what the fuck you at, right?
I know where I'm at.
Oh, really?
I know
where you at.
Hey, I'm like Floyd Mayweather. Every day is my birthday.
Okay, I'm gonna turn my mic off, and you go ahead and unpack that. I'm turning my mic off.
I'm not unpacking anything.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. Hey, yeah, So, I just like I said, I thought it was something that a lot of people. It's like an unwritten rule that all the time, and people give it a negative connotation. But as Sai goes, through. I'm sorry, bro. Hey, man, I didn't mean to get you no trouble, man. He got to step out. Sai got to step out. He probably got hit in the head with a frying pan or some shit. But I'll move on as we go through. You good, bro?
Man, I was choking, yo.
Is somebody there with you, Sai?
No, but you just choked. You choked me up.
So is there a Podcases, Sai, that you can talk about on Sundays, but when somebody's there, you have to be like reserved, Sai? Are you in the midst? Are you crying? You are crying right now. So are you in the midst right now, or being don't drink? There's nothing left in there. Don't drink shit. Are you? Can you talk? Can you talk? Can you talk right now? Is somebody in there? Can you really say what's?
Hey, I'm about to retire. Yo.
Sai, Sai can't talk. Everybody, don't say nothing. Sai can't talk.
Oh God, man, you just.
So look at that. Somebody in there sitting. Somebody sitting there with their hands on their hips, looking at that mom. Yo, you better not say shit. Oh man, go ahead, Sai. The floor is yours.
Let me tell you what's going on, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gaslighting. I don't even really know what that means. But I know people say it a lot. You gaslighting me. Oh, bro, you deflecting, yo.
That's dating talk, Sai. Gaslighting is dating talk. That means you're dating, Sai. That is a term that a woman used on you, and you bringing it out here. Gaslighting and deflecting. There is no man ever that has used that word first. Those two words, gaslighting or deflecting. I've never been in an argument with a woman, and I said, "You're deflecting." Come on, bro. Have you ever said you're gaslighting, Amanda? Are you no one's ever said that.
I've said that.
Those are terms that women tell you and using on us.
Oh Lord.
You have, we tend to gaslight. Men do, we gaslight.
And that's what you do. I'm wondering why you gaslight. Just tell, bro. Listen, I'm gonna give you the floor. Tell your story.
I'm giving people help. Why, so what did I say that's gaslighting? Because you sound like you cannot talk. Do you want to try next Sunday?
Oh God, man.
Was 7 o'clock a bad time for you, bro?
Let's talk about the mail coming slow.
Oh, okay. We talk about yo. Hey, next episode 21, we're gonna finish up the we're gonna finish up.
Let's finish up. Man.
We're gonna finish up because I can't talk right now. Cuffing season will be part 2 next week. Okay, so I can talk. Tell I said hello.
We need to do just next week.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do next week. We're gonna have cuffing season part 2. I would like to find 2 females to come on and speak to us about the female perspective of cuffing season.
I would absolutely love that. Great idea, Si.
Great idea.
Let's do it. Let's do it because again, we're just giving our perspective.
You were giving my perspective, which wasn't even true.
Hey, everybody! Si can't talk right now. He's under. Si is under hostage right now. He's doing something right now. Yeah. I'm sorry. Hey, listen. You told me you told me today, so I didn't know. I don't know what you got going on up in there. That you got. I've never seen you with a loss of words like that.
I choked.
Yeah, I bet you did. Oh, yeah. Oh, help. He's saying help. Help me. Si needs help. Yo, anybody in that area that can go help Si, drag that person out of his house, whatever that's doing it there, because, he's in trouble, everybody. Si's in trouble. And he has switched up on me, bro. This was your idea, man. And all of a sudden now, I'm gaslighting. I'm deflecting. I'm being a trigger. These words that someone's told you about me, they're holding up signs saying, hey, get his ass off there. They want Fifth to shut the fuck up. Whose side are you on, bro? This was your idea. No, this was your idea. You wanted to talk about it. All of a sudden now I'm gaslighting. And there's nothing left in that cup.
Plenty left, boy. Plenty left.
Hey, size under duress, everybody.
Man, so, bro, you made me choke, man.
No, that's what she says. I made her choke. But the thing about what I'm trying to say, right?
This guy, yo.
I had a great weekend, bro. I had a great weekend.
Tell us about it, man. Tell us
can't.
About it.
Oh, okay. I tell you about it.
Give us what you can, Sean.
I tell you about it. I went out of town this weekend. I went on a 1-day trip, and just to reiterate and to make everybody know, we're gonna step aside from the cuffing season because Si can't talk. We're gonna do this again next week. The cuffing season with 2 females because Si can't talk right now. So we'll talk about my weekend. So what the fuck I did. So since Si can't talk, so everybody else except Si because he can't fucking say words back.
I thought I made some very valid points
until that person walked in that said you can't say shit no. Si, you're what we say in the barbershop is called handpicked. Si right now is handpicked. We don't talk about shit we gonna do on this show. We talk all the time. But it's rare that all we say is, we agree whatever graphics we're gonna use and things of that nature. But we had a few conversations about episode 21 of cuffing season. And I had to say this. Your energy for it earlier this week and last week was much more than it is right now. Which makes me no, it doesn't. It make you had all these notes that you wanted to talk about. But all of a sudden now you're choking and crying. I'm using the air quotations, choking and crying, and you don't want to talk about it. All of a sudden I'm gaslighting. All of a sudden, Sean is the problem with the podcasts. Everything we do is your fucking idea. Now all of a sudden, you're turning on us. You're hitting me with the steel chair. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Me?
Yes. But we'll talk about my weekend since let me take the cuffing season down. So we're not talking about that no more. We say follow us. Hey, follow us on YouTube. It's www.youtube.com/C/the podcast. Everybody, please go chill us out because I can't, But anyway, my weekend was I had a great weekend, right? Again, I found out some things about myself. Um, I found out that I have to learn to put a filter on myself to be a better person, because I tend to be in a role sometimes where, although I could be wrong, I don't have, like that word you used earlier in the law frame, propensity, right?
Hmm.
The propensity to acknowledge my faults, and so I gotta be a better person, to be a better candidate, to find a great woman out there. I have to do that because, like I said, although this was a pleasure trip for me this weekend, did a little work or whatever, I found out that I got some shit with me. I got some problems. I'm scared. Here's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of, although you may say, for instance, I'm just use somebody everybody just knows, just to put this in perspective for what I'm about to fucking say, right? Just by what this is gonna make more sense if I use somebody that's outlandish, right? So, um, just we use Anita Baker. So, say for instance, Anita Baker she's married, but she's divorced, and Anita Baker and I started dating each other. And she said, "Hey, Sean, would you come visit me this weekend?" I'm like, "Yes, yes." We've been talking on the phone, and we met a couple of times, and things of that nature. Things are rolling really well. And I go meet Miss Anita Baker, and I'm really attracted to her. And we talking on the phone and things of that nature, whatever. You know what scares me about when you get to that point? When
What's
when
that?
when I find out she likes me so much. That to me, that is a scary thing. My point is, what do I do at that point? Do I continue on? Because I really thought I wanted to do this. But when I get into that situation, I find out I may not want to, because I'm just afraid
Why
of
don't you just be yourself?
that's why she likes me, of course, because I am myself, right? And then,
Hmm.
but you get to that point where you don't know how to go forward, because you're, like I said, we, your thing you say all the time, which is a great point. You and I are both divorced, and I think we're better men now. No disrespect, we're better men now than we were, going, whatever, right?
Oh,
So,
for sure.
right, so that woman may see that in you and be more attracted to you, but you tend, for me, I tend to back up, because I'm like, oh shit, she likes me, really likes me. You know what I'm saying? What do you do?
I've,
Because
I've I've been there. I've been there. So
so what do you do?
what's your
Also for me,
uh
okay, go. I'm
well,
sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, the first part of the first answer is well, the first part of fixing it is recognizing it.
Right. Okay, we got that part.
Is recognizing, saying,
Right.
"Hey, I realize I'm probably acting different because um, I realize this. As a guy would say, I got her right.
Right. I've heard
Right.
that
I've
word before.
I've been I've been I've been wooing her. I've been wooing her, trying to make her feel me. Now,
Wooing. Wooing
now,
participant. Let me write
now
that down.
she
Wooing.
now she is not only is she feeling me, she like feeling me. Like she there. Like it's been a month, and she like, yo, what's the next step?
Okay, stop
You
right there.
know?
Stop right there. Stop
Okay,
right there.
okay.
At that point, when she's sitting across the table from you, and you're throwing the condom in the trash or whatever you just did, and she says she likes you, what are you doing? Are you continue
Well,
on? You going to continue on and woo her, as you say, or you
well,
want
that's the idea, because you got to think of it like, okay, the way that you got her
to?
is kind of how you have to keep her, but it's kind of
Right.
like saying that you're gonna have the same energy after sex that you had before sex, and
Right.
are you going to really still have that same energy? Or
Wait,
it's
I have to
you've
stop you.
already won the game, so are you going to keep playing, or are you like, oh, I'm done? I think if you feel like you want to keep playing, then that's somebody who should go in consideration for a relationship. If you say,
Right,
hey man, I'm
but
still feeling
I,
this.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. But before you get to that point, you have to have sex with her with the condom on and off, right? So after you have sex with her with the condom on, your mind's a little you better. But after you have sex with the condom off, that's when you decide what the relationship's going to be. Did I hear you right?
No, 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 no. I'm saying
Okay.
once you at the point, the physical point of it's going to be something physical. Then after that, you have to say, like, once I've okay, for lack of a better word, I've conquered this part of it.
That means
Is
raw
there
sex.
right? So is there
Okay.
something else Is there something else in this situation that I want to deal with? And so I think
Right.
then you realize like it was either purely physical or it's not, right? Because like I tell people all the time, if you're in if it's purely physical, shit, still 24 hours in a day at the most, you still got 21 hours that you got to deal with this person, whether it's sleeping or whatever you're gonna do. So, can I can we do we connect on any other level where it's like, yo, we can go to dinner, have a
Mm-hmm.
really nice conversation. We can talk
Mm-hmm.
about business, we talk about life, we can talk about, kids, we can just have fun, just kicking it, just, man, we can just have fun going to Walmart together, just
Yes.
laughing at people, walking,
Yes. Yes.
having a good time. And I think if you find out you can do that, then it's clearly more than physical. And then that's when you can talk about cuffing,
Well,
the faux pas word.
right, and I get that is a very nice soliloquy that you gave there, Si.
Thank
But
you.
again, I believe I understand you saying you make 100% accurate points. I think that the relationship takes it on another level. You're right. After folks have sex, right? And I think a lot of times once you do cross that bridge of having sex, but the relationship doesn't really begin. Let me point this out before I go on any further. In my opinion, which is we do give opinionated facts here, and I tend to stick by my opinions here. I think the relationship don't really begin like in basketball. The series doesn't begin until both teams won a away game. The relationship really doesn't begin until y'all guys had raw sex. You know what I'm saying? Where she's not telling you about to go by the store before you come over there to pick up a car. Dude, you going over there, and it is unadulterated raw sex, right? And then after you get her the towel, then as you're walking back, you're looking at her laying there, and you're saying, "This is the one," or "I gotta get this motherfucker out of my house." Either one of the two. I swear to God, if every man is real, those are the only two thoughts you have in your head. God, she is the one, or she has to fucking go. And that's when, at that point, you're in the cuffing season. That's when it begins. That's
So
when you.
all
That's when
the
you know
stuff you talked about cuffing season in the beginning, that stuff ain't true. Is
it
that
is
what you're
true.
saying?
But that's after you enter the cuffing season when you find somebody. You guys, okay, you have essentially you're beginning. Everyone uses a condom and things of that nature. They tell you to stop by the store, or you pull one out of your sock, or under the cushion behind the couch, whatever. You pull that shit out, whatever you do to get it right. But after you go through it and you guys have sex, you made a great point. Everyone's doing everything they have to do until that sex happens, and that's when everybody is making a decision in their mind. Which you are right. You're like, okay, do I want to? I heard her snore before we had sex. Can I deal with it now that I had sex with her?
It's a bad snore.
Like a purring, like SpongeBob,
Bro, it's like I
like a purr.
equated to get a job. You remember senior year, Shaw worked at the Gap.
Let me sure, why you keep bringing me into your old stuff that I'm not that guy no more.
Because you were part of it, bro. You remember I worked at the Gap, right?
I remember you worked at 579 too, but that's neither here nor there.
Look,
but go ahead.
So when I worked at the Gap, they specifically asked me, they said, "Hey, you're gonna have to stay here Christmas break." And I said, "Oh, for sure." So Christmas break came.
He said, "Oh yeah, for sure."
Yeah. So Christmas, I got the job on my birthday in August. So Christmas break came, and the guy said, "Hey, Chris, you're on the schedule for next week." I said, "Oh man, I'm going home next week." Right. He said, "No. When you got hired, you had to work Christmas break." I said, "Yeah, things change."
So you're saying that to say what?
So they fired me. So I'm saying that to say people may say a lot of stuff before the sex, but after the sex is the true, like you said, I'm agreeing with you actually, because that's the true testimony of what's happening. Because before you have sex, oh yeah, man, I just been looking for somebody who was like just for me.
Just for you.
I just want to be in love.
You overlooked that the baby toe don't have a nail. You're going through this.
Oh, it's okay. A lot of people ain't got a nail.
Yeah.
You can Google it. Probably 57% of women ain't got baby toenails.
People
so you
snore.
Google it.
People snore.
But then, after the sex, you can't be keeping me up with your fucking snoring every night.
So things you're becoming more insightful after you have sex, right? You're starting to
I
see.
think people are. I mean, I don't even think it's sex. I think it's when you want something. Once you get it, then
Right.
you have to see if the situation changes for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you made a great point.
Do
So
things
let me ask you a question.
change?
Women, do you think so? We're talking from a guy perspective, and you made a great point about us doing this next week. You think, and we can ask the women this, but just for right now, do you think the women think the same thing about us after the sex or whatever?
I think it depends.
Okay, all right.
I think some women are.
Or they
I
or they
think
may have another place that they make that decision at. We may do it at sex. They may do it. You're right. Go ahead. I didn't interrupt. Go ahead.
I think women have so much societal pressure for marriage
Let me write that
that it's
down.
like
Society.
it's societal pressure.
We got a lot of words this week.
Two S's. I think they have a lot of societal pressure.
Right.
So I think that they are at the point where they're like, hey, shit, this nigga ain't really what I wanted sexually. He snore. He don't clip his toenails, but
Okay.
he is talking about marriage. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, dog. I mean,
I think at over 35, I think over 35, I know for a fact, I think I've seen some of my exes with people that I would not have imagined them being with in years prior. So
Okay.
I would
Okay.
I would say, hey, like, yeah, she's kind of scaling it back. You know,
Or it could be your point where you changed so much. You probably once was that, and now that you changed, like, oh man, I can't.
you're tired of mama asking about them grandbabies. Are you
Okay.
pregnant yet?
So where you at now is certain things like for example, my youngest kid is 12 years old, right? You know what I'm saying? So if I meet a young lady that's maybe interested in having kids, I'm already I'm not a candidate
Right.
for her, right? But it doesn't but we will have sex to make sure that's what I truly feel. But I don't make any decision about a woman until you know until I throw my condom in the trash. I want to know.
So are you saying that a woman that is celibate until marriage, that's not a primary candidate for you?
She won't hang out with Sean Carter too much. No. She will not get coffee with me on Saturdays. Absolutely fucking not. No. She's hiding something. If you're 35 and you're celibate, you're hiding something.
What?
Either you have to wait for the medication to kick in, or you're terrible at sex. There's nobody, dude. It's not. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Do you know anybody on Earth, on Earth, 35? If a woman, God knows, if you found, you know what you like, Si. You be like, okay, I like this. You found this woman, and people don't talk about sex at first, or whatever, but after like 2 or 3 times of talking on the phone, whatever, she's like, you know what? But I'm celibate though. I don't have sex, and she's dead ass serious. What would that to me would be that's a non-starter for me, and I applaud her for that, whatever she's doing. But to me, it comes across, and I'm not the most coof guy in the world, but I think you're hiding something. I don't know. I don't know if you, like I said, I don't know if it's a medication thing or I don't know.
What kind of medication, bro?
It's man. There's a lot of things you take medication for, man. That can prevent you from having sex, man. Shit. I mean, shit, man. I don't know. Shit. I've heard some things. I don't know. Why you putting me on the spot? I don't know nothing about that. All I'm saying is, that one she could be the salt of the earth and a great woman, bro. But that's just a non-starter for me, man. I'm not shitting on nobody's belief in what they do.
Yeah, write that down. I want next week when we have a female on, I want to talk about the societal pressures.
That's a good one, bro.
That women face when it comes to marriage, because I mean we look at things one way, like you just said. We look at it like, okay, that's my ex. I know when we were together, she was laughing at the guy, you know what I'm saying, or she was calling the guy a clown or whatever, and now they engage. Right. So, like, did he stop being a clown, or did you just clown down? You see how I brought that together? Did you clown down?
Or again, as you made several good points tonight. Or he may have used that marriage word.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I want to say, like, so do you? Is that's the thing? So have you said, you know what? Okay, I'm 37, right?
Right.
damn, I want to do this before 40. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard that.
So let me go ahead and, bam, bam, bam.
Right. And I think that we're all human beings. We're all human beings, and I think there is a time and place that we can step out of what we think is what we would normally do. Um, do you think that it could be a point where you meet somebody, just hypothetical, you meet somebody where you could change from where you are now, where you're like, yo, I could see myself with this woman, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that's what you feel, but I think you probably could, like, yo, I could see myself marrying this woman or something like that. I think men. I mean, I don't think it's far fetched to think a man would say that or something like that. He don't think he have a lot of shortcomings too, but I think if you put that out there for her to hear, you may be dealing with a little shortcomings. If you put marriage out super quick, but if you can think it in your mind and she doesn't know, but you see what I'm telling you? Like, you could meet somebody that could have your mind thinking like, yo, she could be the one. You know what I'm saying? Not telling her, but well, I'm not talking
Yeah.
society
I
anymore.
mean,
So.
I mean, no, I think you could. I think like you meet people. I think it doesn't take long in meeting somebody to say could be
Right.
or
That's what I'm saying. That's
definitely
what I'm saying.
not. She can't be around my kids. Like,
Right. 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 Right.
or like, oh man, she all right. Like, so I mean, like, yeah, a very loosely formed could be. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with you on that.
But
Yeah,
I think we both been in situations, not putting a time frame on it, but we both been in situations where, like the woman over 35, she does bring up marriage kind of early. So does that automatically turn your knob and like, I don't know, but you keep it rolling, but she mentions it. Does that make you like, oh shit? Is that like, oh shit moment for you? It is for me.
depends on how early. If
Okay.
it's like, um, yeah, if it's very early, then yeah, it's kind of like, damn, yeah, you don't even know my middle name yet.
But wouldn't that be could it be? Could it be a validation of you saying you changed and you're a great guy, right? That doesn't always mean she's crazy, right? Could it?
Nah, not to
You
me.
probably
To me, I don't know, and that's why we need a woman's perspective because
okay,
there's a lot of women in the chat now saying, "Oh, everybody that want to get married," and we're not saying everybody does. We're
right,
saying for the people who do, but for the women who don't, that's understandable too. Some women have been married and now they're divorced; they never get married again. Some women never been married; they're not interested, don't want kids, don't want nothing. But
right.
I think I'm saying for a woman who comes across too antsy, I mean, it's you know I to me it's kind of like a turnoff. Like, like would they marry anybody who's willing to get married? You know what I'm saying?
Great
And I
question.
think sometimes you see that, like, man, is it well they just because I think sometimes women you see women who could be married, but they like, nah, I'm waiting on the right type of guy. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Or I'm waiting on somebody who checks this box for me. You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
And
Yeah.
because some women are doing that, like, oh, I could definitely be married, but I just don't want to marry, the bagger down the food line. But he hollering at me every day. You know what I'm saying? So I think it depends.
Yeah, I agree with that, bro. I think that I'm trying to get out of a lot of my old way of thinking. A lot of times I can be a little outdated. I can be a little Fred Flintstone-ish, old fashioned. A lot of things I do think of, right? And I think that could prevent me from solidifying a relationship with Miss Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always working on it. I'm always trying to evolve. But I think we all have non-starters, and celibacy is a non-starter for Sean
Yeah,
Carter. That is a
I think
non-starter. That is too many questions I have to ask about why you don't want to have sex. You know what I'm saying? I
right.
need I need a litmus. I need a litmus test on you. And a lot of times a litmus test, and I think so that's for everybody, bro. Let's keep it real. A litmus test for relationships do involve sex. You want to know, come on. You're not going to be right here having this trash sex with somebody for the rest. Well, I take that back. I take that back. They are people that do that. But but so next week we're gonna have two young ladies on the Rock with the Cases and give us a female perspective of the cuffing season, how it works, and going through the dating process. Whether it's starting in October when it get a little colder, or just throughout the year. Just give us a real live female perspective, and we want to hear what you guys got to say. if you down, want to do that, you can always shoot us something, inboxes or whatever, or you can email us. Email our person and let her deal with that, and somebody will get back to you, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
media at thepodcases.com. Shoot an email. She'll screen them out, send us 2 people, and we'll rock that way.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you're interested in doing it, you got to be available next Sunday evening, to kind of rock with us for a little while, and we'll give you all the details if you decide that's something you want to come on and have a conversation with the cases. But we will tie it all together next week, episode 22, with part 2 when Sai is a
I
little
will
more.
not. I will not choke next week.
He will. We're hoping he doesn't choke. There's nothing in that cup again. So as we worry about Sai overnight and what's going on over there, I have all the confidence in the world he will work that out over there and he will be okay. But I will not touch that any longer. As we march down the road into the month of October, towards the end of the month, and which means what? That means we are rocking towards homecoming. That is our season finale, which will be a homecoming joint that the podcast is going to rock out and put together and do something really dope, whatever, talking about homecoming. But the end of this month, we're going to close out season 2. And man, who would have thunk it, right, bro?
Who would have thunk it, yo?
You know what I'm saying? 21 in and got more to go before we even get to the end of number 2, bro. Ain't God good, man? Who would have thunk it, bro?
On a Sunday, God is good.
Sunday.
Won't he do it?
He's there. Look at
Don't
God.
come when you ask, but he always
right on time. And he's right on time with the cases, man. And we thank God for every one of you that's been rocking with us, man. I can go down the list of people that's on there, but I just want them to know that I sincerely appreciate you guys each and every week. And the people that don't even catch the live shows, they go to YouTube and fuck with us like that, bro. Isn't that, I don't know if you read some of the comments in there, but there are some things.
I try not to read the comments. I hadn't got to the point where I'm comfortable with people bashing me yet. So I go read some of them, but
there's some good though. Some are good, Si. Some are good. So it takes a little while. It takes a little something to go through that and see some of the things that people say. A lot of times it's really good stuff. Most of the time it's really good, but people, and we want people to express their opinions, right? We, whatever you think about what we do, we don't. We don't delete comments. We leave them up there, and we didn't get a chance to do Let Us Hear It this week, but we try to squeeze Let Us Hear It in next week. Like anybody, we get viewer mail all the time about people got things about what we say or just ask questions or whatever. Please, viewer mail. You know what I'm saying? Media at thepodcases.com. You can submit your viewer mail there, and we'll read it, or you can come on and read it to us, or just say whatever you want to say. We'll make time for you to come on and say what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sure.
So what's up, bro? So, you're good before I let you go. Everything is good, right? Anything you want to say to the good people?
Nah, man, I'm good.
I see that your T-shirt, like Whitney Houston, her hair started to frizz a little more as we went through the show. Her hair started like to go like it's getting out of more and more out of place, man. She's good. Side need help, yo.
Hey, man. Hey, real cuffing season. Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. That is true love, bro. That's true love, man. I always want
next week. I want you to do a line of cocaine. Hey, we just joking. Entertainment. It's all a joke.
Entertainment, man. I'm the last guy you want on cocaine, bro. I can't sleep at night now. So you don't want me calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I know sometimes when I text you, Si, you're like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, wake up.
This guy don't sleep.
Wake up to pee and ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Hey. I sometimes text you like 3 o'clock in the morning, like this motherfucker asleep. Like yeah. I'd be like, yo, like you're gonna answer me back like, yo, what's up, Fifth? It's not 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I am working on that. So I'm trying to get some sleep at night. I tend to be up all times of night, and that's another thing I have to work on in order to get some. I can't date an owl, so I need somebody who's not. So I need somebody who's a little more nocturnal like myself. So There's no owls out there that want to date me. So, unless I got to find somebody like that. But thank you, everybody that's been rocking with the cases for episode 21 in. Bro, you got anything you want to say to the fine folks out there before we thanks Delta for chiming in and all that?
Just
any
want
shout outs?
to say I appreciate, man, all our friends, all our classmates, family, rocking with us, man, for 21 shows. You never know what you're gonna get with us, man. Somebody asked me today, so what do y'all actually talk about? I said, shit, we don't know. we don't know until we do. So
we don't know, man. So I guess it's the beauty of what we do, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Man. We appreciate it, man. Check you guys out next week for a very exciting show with 2 female guests.
That's gonna be great. I'm gonna if things get a little slow in terms of finding somebody, I'm gonna give you 2 people I have crushes on that maybe you can reach out to and see if you can get them on the show, and I can.
I put a word in for you.
Thank you, brother. That's all I ask.
Can we get Anita Baker?
One thing you're not gonna do, you're not gonna talk about Michael Jackson.
Aretha Franklin.
You're not gonna talk about Tim Duncan. You're not going to talk about Aretha Franklin, and you're not going to talk about Miss Anita Baker.
You can't be adding people every week, man.
Okay, well, I got Anita Baker as 1A, so don't I have something for Miss Anita Baker. If someone I would love to talk to Anita Baker. I do have a thing for her. I think she sings to me.
I think it's suicide music, but if you like it, I love
it. That's bullshit. But if you have anybody have a second. Go to our YouTube. There's a video clip where Psy, the type of music that Psy likes. So just go to our YouTube and you scroll down and you'll see that shit. What Psy just said is bullshit. I know what type of music he likes, but that it's all good. Hey, thank you everybody who's been rocking with the cases. We're gonna finish this off, get more in detail with 2 young ladies next week, and when Psy can go to another location and talk, he can really share his opinions about what we actually planned for the week. As opposed to him leaving me out here being interrogated by myself, using words that I never heard him use. You have a very profound vocabulary, but I've never heard you use those 2 words before. Gaslighting and what's the other?
Deflecting.
That one that smelled like douche. Deflecting. Yeah. So that one. I don't know what those words mean. I will look them up this evening. I'm pretty sure there's a female picture in the dictionary. Thank you for everybody who's been rocking with.
Hey, I'm gonna hit you with another word. That was very misogynistic.
She is in there throwing up you flashcards. Anything else that she wants to say before we get out of here?
Hey, man, I'll see you next week, bro.
Ma'am, you got anything you want to say before you Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, Sai, and ma'am. Thank you. Yeah. Don't let her back, Si. I got to throw my damn show notes away. The shit we were supposed to talk about, we can't. But okay, Si. But I hope it works out. Hey, thank you everybody for fucking with the cases for number 22. We'll see you next week. We're gonna finish this off and get more in detail with it, with or without that person in the room with Si. Thank you. Have a great week. Have a wonderful Sunday. You can always catch the playback of this one here on YouTube. The episode will be up on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Apple, and everywhere else you can listen to podcasts at whatever. We always saying podcasts, but it's always podcasts. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Anything else, bro? Before we roll?
Nah, peace, bro.
All right, bro. See you next week. Everybody have a wonderful week. Love you.